So do you guys think that you voted out the secret straight person, or do you want to keep playing? How confident are you?
I don't know.
I'm pretty confident, actually. Pretty confident?
You are.
I think I'm confident, yeah.
Okay, let's take a vote. Okay, everybody close your eyes.
Okay.
If you think that you've already voted out the person and you think the game should stop, raise your hand. All right, unanimous vote.
No.
Stop the game.
So maybe we could bring everyone back in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Bring everybody back in.
a little reveal moment.
All right. Okay. So,
Oh wait, you look scoop.
yeah.
Let's get up close and personal, guys.
Yeah. All right. So actually, if the straight person wants to reveal themselves, go for it.
Oh my god, I was really
No,
happy in
because
the beginning.
I was like, I didn't want to say anything because I was like, I have no experience with asexuality, so I don't want to be the person to be like, I don't believe you. Like,
No, but he was getting emotional too when he was talking, so I was like, shoot, like he's like
Maybe
really
I should
going
take an
through
acting
it.
class.
yeah.
Oh my god! No,
Yeah.
oh my lord! Sheesh. Well,
That was actually me being nervous trying to tell that story, but like I just changed it into, yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, you got us good.
Yeah.
Lots of gay girls
No,
in the room right
no.
now.
Yeah. What's up? No, I was like, gosh, oh my god. It was so hard
Yeah.
because I was picking between y'all two and I was like, oh, like they're crying. So like, oh god.
Yeah.
Well, crazy.
Oh yeah, a lot of times I just voted like a random person because I like
Yeah.
didn't have an excuse to
I'm just
vote.
gonna ask like some kind of discussion-y questions, and you guys can just like talk about it and like your experiences. I just wanted to ask like in general about like how you feel you do or don't express your sexuality through your appearance, and like maybe experiences you've had relating to that. Or like maybe just how you thought it would come in today, like how you thought your appearance would go, you know, or like affect.
Okay, I can start because I have thoughts about this. Because I literally came in this morning and I was like, the way I dress is so stereotypically gay that like, I kept talking to my girlfriend this morning and I was like, they're gonna know, like, they're gonna think that I'm the mole because I'm like, so like, I've got so many piercings and my eye or whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna talk about her so many times and they're gonna be like, come on. So I did not, but. Yeah, I like definitely know that I like dress kind of stereotypically queer, and that's why I kind of wanted to come in and be like, I don't want to be super stereotypical, but I know that a lot of the things that I do like are queer, and it's kind of how I express myself. Like I want to be seen as the way that I am because like being queer is so important to me as a person. So like even though this is like a stereotypical way, it is the way that like I personally feel comfortable expressing myself and just like being seen.
That's how I feel too. Like a lot of people always know because I wear 16 rings, or I wear some funny rings. But there are days where I'm like this, but then there are also days where I'm feeling a lot more masculine. So I go between like feminine and masculine stuff. So like reaching androgyny has been like a goal of mine for a while, but just kind of going back and forth. And now that I have a boyfriend right now, it's kind of like, oh, I'm a lot more femme than I usually am. I'm like, guys, it's okay. I'm still bisexual.
Yes.
It's all good. So yeah. Just going with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been exploring my style a lot lately. I don't know. I was talking to my best friend. She was like, "You have to wear the top."
Yes. I was thinking about it this morning too, and I was like, shoot, that's just gonna give it away.
So I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll wear them."
But I don't really know.
It's the button down.
I love this one. I got it for $3 at a thrift store.
See? Yeah, thrifting.
Yeah.
This is my great grandma's. So that really says a lot.
I've only dated bi she theys. I have a feeling that like their sense of fashion just like through osmosis just went onto me. And like honestly, one of the best compliments I've been given was like I dress like a queer person because like they're so stylish, right? So you know,
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Is it my turn? Okay. I mean, obviously, I dress like a straight person. Like, look at me.
Quote unquote.
But I feel like throughout high school, I dressed like really masculine in high school. Like, I used to wear like khakis and polo shirts every day, kind of thing. And I feel like I was just like trying to like put myself out there as a queer person, when really it's like I'm still queer even if I dress like this. I stopped really caring about that like a few years ago. So now I just dress like this every day, and that's fine. So.
No, I definitely feel like coming to terms with my sexuality has been such like a puzzle piece coming together with like how I dress, because I feel like I've always kind of dressed this way, but then it really just like affirmed how I was feeling, and like often like just like presenting like that in public, like it's often like I was like, you can't see my tattoos, guys. Like I have 2 tattoos on my toes, and I was like, I feel like this just really gives off my queer energy. But I was like, so it's just like really interesting to see just kind of how it flows.
Did you guys go through a period before you came out that you were like super an ally? Like that happened to me, where I was like, throughout my whole life, I was like, I love gay people so much. They're such an inspiration. And now I'm like, but I just.
I had the same thing. I had a friend, she came out as bisexual like in the 7th grade. I was in the 8th grade. So I was just like very adamant of like protecting her and stuff. And then all of a sudden I started asking questions. And I was like, how did you know? Like, do you think like this girl's really pretty? Like stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I went to a pride parade once because I was like, oh my god, you have to support. And yeah, my friends were like, oh, weird. Yeah, go you, little activist. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Tori. My pronouns are she, her, and I am queer.
My name is Chloe. I use she, her pronouns, and I am bisexual.
Hi, my name is Antonia. I use she, her pronouns, and I am queer, yeah.
Hi, I'm Audrey, and I am queer. I use she, her pronouns.
Hi, my name is Lauren. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm queer.
I'm Atari. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm straight.
So I came in here being like, I'm not gonna do that, but at the same time, like, the way that I express myself is like very stereotypical, and it always has been, and it's sort of like part of my identity. So, and I know that a lot of gay people on this campus kind of do the same thing, where it's like we're signaling to each other like, oh, you're cool, we're cool, and so I think that I came in here being like, I'm not gonna do that, but also everybody showed up here looking gay, so I didn't really have a hard time with that, because I was like, I can't say no based on anyone's outfit today, or yes specifically, I guess.
I try not to like stereotype or anything, because like it could just be another person like me who's straight and just so happens to have great style, right? But also it's kind of, I don't know, like important to be aware, I guess, that this is a stereotype maybe, and maybe queer people also are using this to like kind of as a marker to other queer people to kind of identify themselves. So I don't know. I'm like straight as fuck though, so like I feel like I don't have much authority in like saying anything on it. But yeah.
I've seen some people get a little bit hurt by stereotypes. I play women's rugby, and we have a lot of like very cool straight girls, and they get stereotyped as gay, and they don't really love that, and that's fair because that's not what their identity represents, and that's not true to themselves. So I've seen it be hurtful in that way, but I've also seen it be, a place where people can find a community and kind of like identify people where, safe space for them. I've definitely met people because I was like, whoa, I like their look, I like what they're wearing, they're maybe queer, but they look cool, so I'm just gonna go say hi. And yeah, I think they're more beneficial in certain aspects, but it all depends on the situation, I guess.
On the one hand, I think they are very harmful because I don't really fit into the stereotypes, and that makes people kind of think of me as less queer. So I think they're very harmful in that way. But like on the other hand, as someone who kind of like switches between liking men, women, anyone in between, it's like if I'm going out in like the mood to meet men, I might dress like this, but I might change my appearance if I'm looking to like meet more queer people and like interact with them. So I think looks can be useful, but using just that to like judge someone's queerness is really harmful.
Honestly, it really depends. I think it's more useful than dangerous, in my opinion. When it comes to like settings where you kind of feel left out, if you see somebody else dressed very colorful, you feel very comfortable, and it's just like, there's somebody else like me in this setting, and that's very comforting. But yes, it can be dangerous when like telling someone like, oh, you're gay because you dress like this. Like, my boyfriend gets that a lot because he has good style. But, like, that's, like, a compliment at the same time, but I know that can be very hurtful for most people. So, I feel like it really depends on the situation.
Stereotyping, like, I know, like, personally caused me, like, a lot of harm in coming to terms with my sexuality, as I would often, like, a lot of my other queer friends would always be like, man, you're the best looking straight person I know. And I'm like, thank you. They'd be like, oh, that's so crazy that you're, like, not queer on the way you dress. And I was like, thanks, God. I mean, like, I'm like, thanks. And I'm like, so it was just really just a point of confliction for me for the longest time. And I think with clothing comes a lot of labels, just kind of on the negative side. But it wasn't until, like, I was really able to, like, come to terms with that I think, like the negative stereotyping, like, it can be a lot, but I think once, like, it can also really turn into a beautiful thing, as, like, clothing has really just, like, affirmed how I felt. Like, again, it just really felt like a long time coming, and so, like, that what really can have those negative, harmful effects. I also just think it's a beautiful thing as well. Just, like, it's a really fun thing to bond over with other queer people, and just something that can, like, really bring people together. And I just think it's just really fun, like, talking about everyone's different styles and, like, the different types of, like, queer fashion. And I just also think it's just so important to keep in mind that, like, being queer does not look like one way, and that comes with, like, queer fashion is just kind of how you choose to define it. And it's just such a beautiful, flowing, like, one, like, it just keeps going and vibing, and I think all of that is just really important to keep in mind.
Literally nothing. I woke up and I was like, okay, Meg texted me to wear something not black and colorful, so I was like, let's bring out the great grandma sweater. And you know what, like, there's orange in the lighthouse, so I had to wear an orange tank top, and then there's purple and orange in the sweater, so I had to wear my purple and orange fish earrings because, you know, water. And had to wear my red rain boots because there's red right there. It's more like I have to coordinate any way I can. So,
yeah, no. So coming in today, I got up, you know, took a shower, and I just coming in, I was like, okay, we're coming to swim. We're gonna do this video, and just really put on what made me feel good. This is an outfit that I, like, wear a lot. That I just love the fun colors, and I'm just like, well, if this makes me seem like I'm queer, so be it. But yeah, I definitely feel like coming in is just, like, seeing everyone's, like, I feel like I was going so much off of, like, vibes, and it was just, I think clothes are just such a wonderful way of self-expression. So I was just kind of like, I just want the video to just really see me and how I dress and how I express myself. And I felt really good about that today.
Yeah, I don't really know. I just wore something I liked. I love this shirt. It's so fun. And my best friend told me to wear my Doc Martens, so I had to.
My strategy was just vibes. I mean, I would like to think that I'm good at picking out queer people, but clearly that's not true. So there was no strategy. I was just trying to see what everyone was like.
I don't know if I had any strategy. I kept joking that I was going to come in here and ask everybody to name a gay person. I think that, like, there is a common, like, queer humor, kind of, that I was, like, trying to express a little bit, because I think that, like, you can kind of poke fun at yourself as a queer person, and I didn't think that a person who was not queer was going to do that. But I really didn't have a strategy. I just, like, I think that there's a lot of queer energy on this campus, so, like, even people who aren't queer kind of are inspired by queer fashion or queer culture, so I didn't have a lot of strategy. I just wanted to ask, like, people about their identity, really. I feel like that's the biggest and most important part about being queer, is just, like, how you feel internally and how you express it, and, like, whether or not that's important to you.
Well, I just, like, dyed my hair, like, 2 days ago, so, you know, that helped a lot.
For the video or unrelated?
Nah, just going through a breakup, so.
Sorry.
But, yeah, I definitely tried making, like, the most outlandish fit possible. If I could, I would have put on, like, a ton of rings and jewelry and stuff, but, like, I don't have those anymore because breakup. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get into buying more rings, to be honest, because, like, I feel like I'm taking style cues from gay people now, which is great. You know, they look good. I guess strategy. I was debating on, like, choosing to say if I was bisexual or ace, because like if I chose bisexual, then I'd be like, oh, I'd have to like fake like how I like guys, and like I knew I'd probably fumble that. But if I went with ace, then like, you know, I guess it's easier to fake that, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Were you surprised at all that you got away with it?
Yeah, I'm very surprised, especially since I was like, you know, only masculine presenting dude. Like a lot of things were just going against me. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I thought I'd be eliminated in like the first round.
So this morning when I was getting dressed, I originally had on a different outfit because I was trying to like present myself as more queer. And then I changed outfit because I was like, I'm not gonna show up in something like fake that's not like me. Because I feel like queer people, the way they dress, the way we like present ourselves is like, that's like a big part of everyone's identity here. And to me, it's just not as important. And I feel like I didn't want to try to present myself in a way that like other queer people would. I wanted to present myself in a way that I would, because I'm still queer, even if I don't dress like everyone else.
So upsetting, honestly. So my roommate's asexual, and I was like, okay, everything he's saying makes sense, you know, like, you know. And I was like, okay, maybe, you know, he sounded genuine, and it kind of made sense with what my roommate has told me. And I was like, yeah, definitely. He's definitely not lying to us, but he was lying to us. Yeah. And plus, sorry, what he's wearing, it's so cool. Like, he really has a really cool outfit on. So I was like, okay, you know, I was stereotyping, I guess, but yeah.
I feel like only dating, like this is a total coincidence. In like my dating history, I've only dated like bisexual she-theys for some reason. So I feel like that helped me out a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, especially because the mole was the only woman and bisexual or queer identifying person. I didn't say anything, I didn't want to question their identity because I personally don't identify that way, so I didn't want to say anything that could possibly be hurtful to their identity, and I think that makes sense. And honestly, they made a great choice with saying they're asexual, because how do you prove that, I guess?
So at the mall, not to judge based on stereotypes, they had dyed hair, so that's a big thing, and I haven't seen hair like his at all before, so I was like, okay, that's cool. I know a lot of queer people with colorful hair, unnatural colors, and the way he was talking about his asexuality, it seemed very genuine. Maybe he's a great actor, I don't know. But like another person had said, I'm not very familiar with asexuality. I know the baseline stuff, but I haven't really dove into it. So I didn't want to be hurtful or judge him based on his sexual identity and stuff, so yeah.
Okay, so everyone here is saying that they don't have a lot of experience with asexuality, so they didn't want to invalidate his experience. I actually do have some experience with that. I haven't really talked about this as part of my identity, but I am on the asexual spectrum. I'm still kind of trying to figure that part of myself out. But I also think that asexuality is one of those things where some people who are asexual may identify as queer and some people may not, because it's not a sexuality about liking specific genders. So I feel like some people, even if he is straight and asexual, some people who identify that way may consider themselves to be queer. So I don't know. I wasn't upset about being fooled. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna tell someone what their identity should be, and I think that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, also, I don't know. I came in here and I was like, everyone is queer here. I was like, there is not one straight person in this room. So I was like, I think I was gonna be surprised either way. Any way that I went, I was like, oh, okay, because I was just kind of I was like, no matter what I vote or what I say, I was like, yeah, I don't really know. But I kind of, in the terms of asexuality, I have a lot of friends who are ace, so and that is just something that I think is just such its own, like, it's such a wonderful journey in itself. And so just kind of like, I've listened and heard, kind of been there with a lot of my friends' journeys with asexuality. So kind of like hit a bone. I was like, oh my God. I was like, wow, like sharing, and just such an awesome thing that like, feeling comfortable speaking about those things. And so I was just like, yeah, who knows?
Thank you. Thank you guys. We'll let you know when the video drops.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay.
I went so well.
Bye, y'all.